With every step, the tension grew inside her. Her heart beat steadily. Her hands weren't shaking. Her thoughts were clear. She knew what she would see upstairs. She knew what she would say. She knew what she would do. She reached the 5th floor and stopped. Near the wall in front of her door were boxes and bags, many neatly stacked, tied with tape and ropes. Betty recognized her belongings. Clothes, shoes, books, cosmetics. Even framed photos were on top of one of the boxes. She had been evicted. Betty set the bag of groceries on the floor, slowly pulled the phone from her pocket, checked the battery. 92%. She turned on the camera, set it to video recording mode, pressed the red button, approached the door, inserted the key into the lock and turned. The lock clicked. The key worked, which meant they hadn't had time to change the lock, or it hadn't occurred to them. Betty pushed the door open and entered. The apartment smelled of fried onions and something sweet. In the kitchen, Eleanor, wearing a colorful apron, was stirring something in a pot on the stove, her hair tied back under a scarf, wearing the satisfied expression of a homeowner settling into her nest. Voices and children's laughter came from the rooms. Footsteps, the sound of furniture being moved. Therese was talking to her husband, who replied in a deep voice. Eleanor turned, hearing the footsteps, saw Betty in the doorway, and smiled broadly. "It's so good you're here. Your things are all ready by the entrance. Take them, dear. Our daughter and her husband will be arriving soon. They have kids and they need the apartment more." Betty slowly dropped her duffel bag on the floor, not taking her eyes off her mother-in-law. Eleanor held a ladle in her hand. She was smiling, waiting for a reaction, waiting for tears, screams, hysterics. She got none of it. After those words, nothing could stop her. Betty raised her phone and pointed the camera at Eleanor. "I am Betty Vance, am in my apartment at Poitext/A Kendallai Magnolia Ridge Drive apartment, Poitext 53 Dostoyskoy. There are unauthorized persons in the apartment who refuse to leave." Eleanor lowered the ladle. The smile vanished from her face. "What are you doing?" "Recording a crime." "What crime? This is my son's apartment." "No, this is my apartment. I am the sole owner." Betty walked down the hallway, still recording with the camera, and looked into the living room. There, Therese and her husband were arranging children's items. Toys on the floor, clothes on the couch, a stroller in the corner. The children, a boy and a girl, were sitting on the rug, putting together a building set. Recorded in the living room are 4 persons: the citizen Therese Hayes, her husband, and 2 minors who have illegally entered the apartment and refuse to leave.